Welcome back.
I'll say, you there, Jeff?
I am. I missed hitting the record button, so I was like, wait, record?
So yeah, I was just telling you how I went. I had strep throat, or I guess I still have strep throat. I guess it's not gone. I didn't know it doesn't go away. I don't know. I mean, you're not a doctor, so I don't know what you know about strep throat. But I thought, like, I don't know. Like, I wasn't gonna even go to the doctor. I don't, like, normally when I got sore throat, I don't go to the doctor. The only thing that made me go to the doctor. What? Go ahead.
It definitely will go away.
Will it? Okay, because I was told that it would not go, like, without like treatment. It wouldn't just go away on its own.
That's absolutely incorrect. I had strep throat is the disease that I got when I started working in nursing in the emergency department. Like they always say, like when you start working in nursing, within the first like 6 months, you're gonna get sick because you're just being exposed to so many more people with so many more different things. Even if you have a pretty good immunity, if you don't work in a hospital on the regular, you are going to get sick with something.
That makes sense.
And strep throat is the thing that I got. It knocked me on my ass for like a week. Like it was bad. It ran me dry. But I went to the emergency department, and not like going to the emergency department. I just went to work one day, like not working, and asked one of the docs if he could check me out real quick. Like, is there anything I need to do? Do I really need to go to the doctor? Make a doctor appointment. I didn't have a family doctor and stuff at the time. And he's like, no, let me just take a look at it real quick. I'll write you some scripts for whatever like you need to get. And he looked at it and he goes, yeah, definitely strep throat. He's like, without doing the definitive diagnostic test, he's like, pretty confident that this is strep throat. He's like, but I can give you antibiotics, which will help it go away about 1 or 2 days early. But that's really all that you gain from taking antibiotics or taking medication for strep throat. He's like, so it's up to you, but the important thing is if you start these medications, you have to finish them to completion, and it's like a 10-day run of antibiotics.
Right.
So he straight up said that you can just do nothing if you want, because that is perfectly acceptable, and you will not benefit any differently from doing nothing than you would. So I'm surprised that you heard this opposite thing of them saying, "Oh no."
Well, it wasn't the doctor that told me this; it was Cone Dodger, actually. But I believe it. No, I mean, that's why I wanted to ask. I mean, because this was after I'd already seen the doctor. But he was saying it just doesn't go away or whatever. I want to tell him because I normally that's kind of like my medical treatment for everything is take some. No. Is to just kind of like wait it out. Like I normally just wait it out, basically, like take Tylenol, whatever for fever, but just don't I don't normally go to the doctor right away unless it gets bad. The only thing that made me go to the doctor this time was so I had the fever, which was like 104 at its peak, but I got it to go down by taking Tylenol and NyQuil and those sort of things. But I had this headache that it felt like it was like the comings on of a migraine. I've only had like 3 migraines in my life, but this felt like it was going to be a migraine at any point, but it never quite got there. But after I had it for like 32 hours before I went to the urgent care, and it never went away, even though I was taking a Aleve or Tylenol every 6 hours. This headache just was persistent. And so that's finally what made me go to actually get treatment. Was I just could not stand this headache any longer. So yeah, that's why I finally went. But they gave me a shot of steroids, which you were saying was more than...
Well, so I've never actually heard of them giving steroids for strep throat. I don't know, maybe it's something new that they've started doing since I've been working in the emergency department. That was not a standard at all to give for strep throat when I was working in, the emergency department.
Well, I'll say that shit was amazing. Like, okay, it hurt. It hurt like hell.
Steroids were amazing. My muscles are huge. My penis is tiny.
Yeah, no, I'm a fucking bodybuilder now. No, but like,
you want to go to the gym, bro? Like, let's stop this and go to the gym instead. Obviously, different steroids, people. I understand.
It fixed me though, for real. Like, I felt like shit. And then, like, after the steroids, like, within, like, a few hours, I started feeling way better. And then the next day, when I woke up, I felt, like, almost well, basically. Like, I mean, you can still hear my voice is kind of funky. But I went to the doctor Sunday, and it's Tuesday, and I feel fine. Like, I don't feel, like, my throat doesn't hurt to swallow anymore. Like, and I feel like that was mostly the steroids that did all that. I don't know, but yeah.
So, but you were talking about getting the shot in your thigh.
Right. Yeah. So they gave me the 2 milliliters of steroids in my thigh, and it hurt like it didn't even hurt where she gave me the shot at. I don't normally have a problem with shots. Like I'm not like scared of the needle or anything like that. But my whole leg like immediately was just like in extreme pain, like not even near where she gave me the shot at, but just
there's a
down
couple,
to the knee. And
there's a couple things with that. One, there's some medications that just fucking hurt when you get them. We used to give penicillin G, I believe it is, and it's like this white, milky, thick shot that was, everybody stated, the most painful shot in the world to get, just because it stung so bad going in. Then you have the fact that you're in a muscle, which hurts, you know. It's an intermuscular shot, so you're sticking a needle into the muscle, so it can be quite painful, especially if it's not done. Like sometimes you can get shots, IM shots, and they don't hurt at all. You barely even feel them, and sometimes it just, you know, you just twinge it just right when it's going in, and it's going to send like a pain throughout your muscle and everything too. So there's that part of it, as well as the amount that you're talking about. 2 mils is a relatively large one, and that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, whenever she brought the needle out, I saw how much liquid was in the thing, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I don't think I've ever had this much of anything shot into me before.
Yeah, they used to say that anything more than 1 mil you can't give in like the deltoid. You'd want to give it in the thigh or split it between 2 different doses. And then when near the end of the time that I was working at the emergency department as a bedside nurse on the regular, evidence came out that changed that, and you could start giving 2 mils in the deltoid if you.
No, where's the deltoid at
the back of the arm.
Okay.
Like where you get like an oral flu shot or anything like that. I mean, for kids, they still give like a much smaller amounts into the thigh. So it's a bigger muscle, so it's not a problem. Especially somebody with strep throat. I've never dealt with somebody coming into the emergency department with strep throat, which people come into the emergency department with strep throat all the time. We don't actually diagnose in the emergency department. Like, did you get a test? Did they do the?
Yeah. She did the swab on my throat. Then the doctor came in and looked at it. He said, "I'm pretty sure it's strep," but then we waited like 20 minutes for the labs to come back, and it was.
Yeah, we never did strep throat testing in the emergency department. They just based it off of symptoms. It looks like strep throat. If you're gonna do something, I'm gonna prescribe you some of the medications, for strep throat. I never gave anybody a shot of steroids, especially in the thigh, because they came in with a sore throat. Like, it just never happens. So I was surprised.
Maybe it was because like he asked me like about my pain, and like had me move my neck and stuff.
I know your pain.
I was just like, man, I feel like shit. He's like, does it hurt? I was like, yeah, it hurts like hell. It really does. I was like, this headache just won't stop. Like, he didn't only give me steroids, he gave me hydrocodone too, for pain, which to me seemed like a lot, like to give me an opiate for pain.
Was this doctor in the back of a van at the strip mall? We wonder why we're in a fucking opioid crisis right now.
Right? I thought about this as he gave it to me. He was like, don't drive with it and everything. I haven't actually taken it because I didn't need any. Like, and after that steroids, like I said, the steroid, like, it fixed everything. Like, I feel fine.
You're like, you know what, Doc? I stubbed my toe on the way in here too. Well, here's some fentanyl. I just take as much as you want.
I mean, I really was surprised more about. I didn't know that the steroid was standard or not, but I was surprised when he gave me hydrocodone. I'm
very surprised they keep you hydrocodone.
But and amoxicillin, a 10-day amoxicillin.
So that's the other thing I was telling you with the 10-day antibiotic treatment.
Right.
And you have to, and I'm going to say the same thing my doctor did. You have to take it all the way through, even if you're bad.
Yeah. Because otherwise, like, so I've never quite understood this. So, like, if you miss a day, basically, the shit can come back way stronger, right? Is that the thought process? So
I don't know why you have to. Actually, I don't know what happens when you finish out the 10 days, what your body does differently. But I know that it's one of those things that if you continue to take antibiotics when you're like not supposed to, your body does start to build up these small like immunities and resistances to them. So that's where I do get a little bit confused. And well, it sounds like if I take less of it, then that's going to be a better thing, right? And I don't quite get that whole thing on the physiology of exactly why taking the full course is better than not. So I can't answer that question, but it's definitely something we're taught. Maybe it's a myth. Maybe it's an urban legend. I don't know. But I'm sure your doctor apparently probably told you the same thing, right?
Yeah. So that's another thing. I don't go to because you talk about like a family physician or whatever. I don't go to her ever at this point. I mean, like, I guess for a checkup, but I haven't gone in for like a checkup in, I don't know, probably 8 years. I just go to urgent care whenever I'm sick. Like, it's just faster.
That's because the cycle of healthcare has changed. And, 15 years ago, urgent cares didn't exist like they do now. And everybody was expected to always go to their doctor for everything. And then nobody could ever get in their doctors anymore. So I don't think most people, like, I remember when I was a kid and it used to be, oh, you're sick, let me call the doctor's office, and they'd squeeze you in somewhere amongst their normal appointments, and you went and saw the same person. That is not the way like life works anymore.
Okay, so I'm not the only one.
No,
because I don't understand the point. Like, I mean, my doctor closes at 5. Like, urgent care is open till 8. Normally, there's like no wait at all. You can register online and see if there's a wait, and if there is, they'll tell you what time to show up, and then there is no wait. Like, I don't know. It just seems way more convenient, basically.
So I do have to say on another topic quickly that some mistakes have been made.
With us?
Yes.
What have we done?
So I was trying to get enough levels to utilize those picks that I got from that villager. So I was standing by the skeleton farm, and it turns out I don't think that's the way to go at all. I think the skeleton farm is the way to go, because by the time I harvested enough levels to do anything with, the picks had all like healed back to full at that point anyway. So that's fine. Whatever. We got realized that all those systems that we were doing were probably futile, and let's just. Do you want to sleep before I start running back over to you?
Yeah. I'm coming back up to the thing.
It's not working. So I was, dealing with getting all these levels, and I kept sitting there at the skeleton spawner for a while, and I'd have the Minecraft window and the other screen, and come back and just kill a bunch of mobs, and go back to it a little bit later. Well, I forgot it was running, and I got up in the morning, and I looked at the screen, and it said, "You have died."
Okay. And you lost all the picks?
I lost a lot. The only things I didn't lose. So keep in mind, I was in the skeleton spawner.
Yeah.
So in order for something to have gotten down there, because nothing can spawn in there, a zombie somehow climbed down the ladder.
Really?
Into that
room. What I thought would have happened was like mob cramming forced a mob out.
No, it was a zombie, because I logged back in, and when I undied, I resurrected and then walked over there, and there was a freaking zombie sitting there wearing a lot of my stuff. So I saved my elytra, some pants, my helmet, and a sword, because that was the stuff that the zombie had transposed.
Okay.
And was sitting there with. So I lost all the picks that I had. I lost my bow. I lost my my boots, and I don't know what else I had on me. Is the problem?
Probably those picks. I mean, you said that though. Didn't
you? whatever picks that I had, and I don't remember which exact ones that I had. How many I had? I got the ones from the villager for sure, but I was trying to mend some of our picks that we're using, so some of those are gone.
Right.
I don't know which ones or how fancy they were. So that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I was just
that's bad, Jeff.
Yeah. Mistakes were made, and I think it was because my character got strep throat, and he was given hydrocodone, and he didn't know what was going on anymore, and it was an epidemic. And
I've never received it in a liquid form. It's a liquid. It's got another word after it. It's hydrocodone and I don't know. I could go grab it and read it to you.
Wait, did he give it to you more for a topical treatment of your throat?
No, I swallow it. He said it would help me sleep. It did too.
Well, yeah, but it would help you sleep in pill form as well. Why would they give you?
I only tried it like the first night, and it's 5 milliliters. How much I'm supposed to take?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, I haven't taken any more since the first night though. Hold on, I'll go grab it. I'll see what it is.
Huh. That's a little strange and interesting. You know, coming from the soon-to-be Dr. Jeff, even though it's not going to be a doctor in medicine, it's, you know, a different kind of doctor. I'll just pretend for a little while. But I find it kind of weird. But if he gave it to him in liquid form, my assumption is they did it for the purpose of making it more of a topical...
Oh, you're still talking to me.
Yeah, no, I was talking to the people.
Oh.
The people
it's hydrocodone / chloropin? Chlorophin?
Clonopin?
No, chlorophin.
Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll.
Yeah, it's
more like chlorophyll.
It's CHLORPHEN, chlorophin. ER suspension, it says.
Codone and chlorophyll?
Yeah.
CHLOR.
CHLORPHEN. That.
Chlorophin. I don't even know what chlorophin. Hydrocodone is an opioid. Oh, he gave it to you for cough suppression. Reduce the urge to cough. Chlorpheniramine is an antihistamine that helps relieve watery eyes, itchy nose, sore throat, runny nose. Interesting. I've never seen that combination before. How much hydrocodone?
It doesn't say. It just says.
Well, it has to say.
Does it? It just says. No, it doesn't. It says hydrocodone / chlorophin.
Maybe it's just
ER suspension.
Maybe it's just a. So ER means extended release. I know what that means. Oh, all fancy there. I don't. That's just something I'm not very familiar with.
I'm not used to my drugs expiring a year later. Do they always do that? I swear they don't.
I think they do now. That's.
Huh. I was surprised when it said like used before 6/17/2019. It's like, geez. Okay.
I think they don't want people stashing this shit in their, you know, their cabinets for years at a time anymore.
Well, I mean, I thought they normally expire like 6 months, 2 months, whatever out. Like not.
Oh, no. I thought you were saying a year was short. No.
No, I thought a year was long.
I think a year is pretty standard. Well, for a liquid though, that is kind of interesting because I'm not sure about liquid. Like pills last for a long time, and I think like it's one of those things that, you know, now even based on the FDA, if you have a one of those perishable foods that are supposed to last, you know, for, you know, forever, for nuclear fallout and all that stuff, I think they have expiration dates on them as well, and it's because
kind of like your bottles of water.
Yeah, so bottles of water, I did find out why bottles of water have expiration dates on them.
Why is that?
It's because the water themselves does not go bad, but the bottles, the plastic bottles, start to can break down and start to leach chemicals into the water after a period of time.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, I actually only know that from the I'm on what they call Team Decon at my hospital, and it's for like if there's a, you know, mass casualty incident. Well, it doesn't even need to be mass casualty, but something involving chemical weapons or some type of chemical substance that people need to be deconned before they come in. I'm on the Team Decon, so we have to go through training quarterly. And the last time in the training, we had to get rid of the all the bottles of water that are in our kits and replace them. And everybody was kind of like, "This is kind of weird." And he's like, "Yeah, the water itself doesn't expire, but it's the bottles that can break down and start leaching into the water. So we have to replace."
That's interesting.
They replace them.
I always thought that was just basically bullshit, you know.
And it still could be basically bullshit. I think most medications expiring, especially the pill forms, most of them it's pretty much bullshit. That's why, you know, you can still pull out medications that, you know, your parents have had for years in a cabinet. They'll still probably work and not make you sick, most likely. Right. But
I thought maybe it was just less effective or something.
And it could be less effective depending on what the medication is. But I think that's why they put, you know, those dates on them, is because they don't want to have to guarantee. It's probably a lot of testing or whatever to guarantee something for such a long time frame as well. That you know, you're only approved for so much. I am going to try to build an auto fishery to use when we are offline.
Okay.
I just made the wrong thing.
Doing a lot of things that require us not to play this game anymore.
Well, it's because I just lost all my stuff and I need to get it back. I don't have all my things anymore.
Can you fish up diamonds? You can't, can you?
I don't think so. I don't remember though. I don't even remember how I made my auto fish ram. So I just had to look up a tutorial, and I don't remember this being the one that I used. And I have multiple of them on the server somewhere. I'm not even sure if it's the same one. Let's see this.
So Packrat's gonna add someone to the server. I'm not gonna say who because I don't know. You know.
I would take a guess.
Could you?
I could take a guess on who it would be.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be his lovely wife?
Could be.
I mean, that's where I immediately would assume.
Right. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe it's some other woman.
It could be. That would be funny. I mean, not from a ha-ha perspective, but from a hee-hee-hee perspective.
The old hee-hee-hee perspective.
You know, this is my... Don't worry, honey. This is just my Minecraft wife. Is everybody just adding a person, or is everybody just adding, like...
I think
it's just whatever you want to do, as long as it doesn't get out of control, type of deal.
I think that's literally what it is, right? Like, he, you know, gives him a reason to play, and the person wants to play anyway, so kind of works out, sort of thing.
We should turn that chat back on, so that
we should. That would require me to do things, though.
It would. You should also restart the IRC channel.
Well, I was looking at Minecraft Cam earlier. You remember the little sprite that could fly around?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to turn that back on, actually, but that requires more than just work on my part. I have to get the servers and stuff set back up.
Oh, the whole servers are gone?
Yeah, because there's like Windows machines that were playing Minecraft, and there was another Windows machine that was streaming. So there's like machines that are required that Creeper Host had set up that made that all work.
So yeah, you would have to do some work on your part to get that done. It was a whole stream itself, or a server itself, just to get
what?
Just to get that the inputs and stuff coming in.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it.
Well, the web server thing is still up, but then where it sent it to is not. Because like, if you go to minecraftcam.com, it's still there, just sitting there, but the commands don't go anywhere right now. Andreas, you remember Andreas?
I mean, the name sounds really familiar, but
he's the German guy that was at all the Minecons. Tall guy. He helped us at every Minecon. Okay. He took the
Andreas?
Yeah.
Go on though.
We met him at the first time we met him was at Minecon Orlando. He was at every Minecon after that. He ended up quitting working with Mojang and just came to the Minecons to be like our personal assistant.
Oh, he worked for Mojang.
Well, as like not the company Mojang. He worked with them at the conventions, basically.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like,
okay, yeah, I do. Yeah, now it sounds a little bit more familiar. I just was not remembering based on the name.
Are you near bed?
Yes.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Chlorophyll.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I thought too when I was laid down. It's like chlorophyll. Knock me out. It'll help you sleep.
That it will. If it knocks you out, it'll help you sleep.
Chests are so full. Anyways, he took my script and like rewrote it to make it more of like a game and stuff, but I never actually saw what all he did. So apparently the Minecraft camp thing had a lot more to it. But yeah, I never got to see what he did. At one point we were going to do it where it was like 2 different teams. And we could build spots around the world that they could gather points at, sort of thing. Kind of like Ingress.
Or you mean Pokemon Go?
I play Pokemon Go every day.
Oh, I completely forgot about that song.
Pyro remembers.
Is this it? Is this done? Besides being able to dispense me new fishing rods. I think it's made already.
Oh, well, that was fast.
Yeah, I remember them being very simple to make. I just don't. That seemed almost too easy. You know what I'm saying? Like
it seemed really fast. You said, "I'm gonna build this thing," and then you're like, "I'm done."
I'm done. Built. Nope. Oh, I know what I missed. I missed a piece of redstone. There, I think that's it. Let's see. I think that's it.
Sprinkling some redstone on like it's salt on a dish.
2 hours from now, I'll be like, oh, I think that's it.
I wonder how a zombie got down here with you.
Like I said, it's got to climb the ladder.
That's just bizarre.
So, yep, I have made a fishing farm. So, for the next multiple episodes, I will be here fishing.
These chests are full of junk.
Are you down at the...
Yeah, my pick was about to break.
We need to find, like, a dual spawner somewhere that we can make a more efficient farm out of. It would be so nice.
What about baby spiders? Remember that one I made that was like 6 spawners?
Yeah, I mean, if we can go find baby spawners anywhere around us, it'll...
Baby spawners.
Yes, baby spawners. I mean, anything that comes out of a spawner, it's a baby in its own right, correct?
It's true. It was born from that spawner.
It was born right at that point, and therefore it's a baby at that time. Even if it's born an adult, it's a baby, if that makes any sense. Adult-born babies, yes. How did we make those ones that kept...
That kept what?
I'm trying to think of how you make... Because I need this to basically spit out fishing rods at me. Every so often. And then cycle them back through. So that, you know, you can actually AFK at it. And it'll give you new fishing rods when you're out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to...
Can't you just put a bunch of fishing rods in a dispenser or whatever?
Yeah, but you gotta, like, make them... dispense out at you, and then they get sucked up underneath you, and then they have to go into a system that spits them at you every so often. So I have to make a dispenser chain that goes, you know, choop, choop, just like that. Choop, choop.
Mm-hmm. The old choop choop.
The old choop choop trick.
Everybody knows the old choop choop.
It's the oldest trick in the book. So I'm going to try to make me some choop choop right now. I don't remember the difference between a dispenser and a hopper, like in the, or not in a hopper, and a dropper in the crafting recipe. I actually cannot for the life of me remember what the difference is.
I have no idea. So how does this fishing rod get out of your hand?
It'll break.
Oh. Oh, okay. What about the items you're collecting?
They go underneath.
How they do that?
Hoppers.
Why don't they go in your inventory?
Because my inventory will be full.
Uh-huh.
Because you get books and stuff out of this, is the whole point, is to get enchanted books.
That's the whole point?
That's what I want it for, because I need to get my good enchants going again.
Uh-huh.
In the easiest way possible. Where is, there we go.
I should put mending on my armor.
There's a dispenser. Ah, I got the difference now.
Probably should go enchant something. You know what we should do is move the enchanting table down here.
I mean, we could, but then we're still just taking random shots in the dark, right?
Well, I just meant, you know, this is where the XP comes from. We should just move it down here. That's all. No, I wasn't even talking about what you're talking about.
This is where the
this
is where the XP comes from. Like, this is how mommies and daddies make XP. And then XP was born.
Oh God.
I don't know what you were really going for with that. I'll be honest.
The XP comes from the area down there. You know what I mean?
I mean, women have one area down there. Men have another area down there. How educational would you like to get today?
Oh Lord! Damn it! You have torches on this thing again. You damn guy.
I know it's so hard to take them off. But it's ruined. You should build a new one. It's ruined.
You know how it is. You're already in the thing, and then you're like, "Oh shit! There's this thing in the way. I gotta take all these items out of here now."
I'm like, God damn it! I have to turn the lights off again when I leave the room. Jeff, I'm trying to sleep. Why'd you turn the light on when you came in here to get stuff?
So I have so my best friend, he's Mormon, and whenever he lived here, he always slept with the light on, and I thought that was just a him thing. But then I had this other friend, his name's Jordan, and he's Mormon, and he stayed here for a while, and he only slept with the lights on. You think it's a Mormon thing?
I mean, based on the very small
right, my sample size isn't big.
That sample that you have, we are 100% confident it is a Mormon thing.
Okay, I thought so, but I just wanted to check my data with you.
Yes, yeah, I concur. Your data has passed the test. I mean, I've never heard of that before, so I cannot confirm nor deny. Is it a Mormon thing to sleep with the lights on, or is that just too random?
I don't know how they do it. I can't sleep with any light. I can't imagine always sleep with just leaving the light on in your room. It's just insanity to me. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
I mean, I will tell you, I just took a nap a little bit ago, and I left the light on dim, and I do that specifically for a reason. If I'm taking a nap, the light bothers me enough that I won't sleep all through the night. I won't wake up at like midnight and because I'm like so comfortable in the dark and, you know, ready to go. But I do it because it's distracting and bothersome.
Okay. Well, that at least makes some sense. You're not a full Mormon yet.
Not a full Mormon, just getting there. I don't remember how to make it something that works on a timer in Vanilla Minecraft. I guess it'd just be hooked up to a switch. That would work. I'm gonna have to look this up in between episodes on the best way to make this
couldn't you
timer.
just constantly throw them at you?
Yeah, I don't think you wanted to do it constantly, though. I mean, every couple seconds.
Yeah, but like a decent timer or whatever.
Yeah, well, yeah.
If your inventory's full,
I don't remember.
It just won't.
Oh yeah, I have it set up so it'll drop it back into a hopper underneath you and set it back over to the system. So that shouldn't be a problem. I just, for the life of me, cannot think of how to make that work without just constantly being like tick 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 tick.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're out of time, so you can look it up in between. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.